Lee Cronin's The Mummy is brutal, it's shocking, it's gruesome, but is it good or just gross? Let's talk about it. Lee Cronin's The Mummy is a brand new take on the Mummy franchise. This time around, the team behind this movie's goal is to make you feel uncomfortable, uneasy, creeped out, and make your hair stick up from all the gore. This Mummy version is not your regular callback to the Curse of Pharaohs, but rather a story about a missing girl who was found 80 years later. Her body wrapped inside a 3,000-year-old sarcophagus. Thing is, this missing girl was never meant to get out of this sarcophagus. If you are a gore fan, a supernatural fan, a fan of insane practical body horror, then this would definitely satisfy you. But if you are a fan of a good flushed out story, then maybe this take will not be for you. But at the same time, if you like to be creeped out, then give this one a try. Lee Cronin's take is grotesque, it's gory, it does not shy away from all the blood, and everything seems to be a homage to Evil Dead Rise. For those who have seen Evil Dead Rise and actually had a good time with it and liked it, then I have a gut feeling you will also like this Mummy take, because after all, I'm not sure if you know this, but Lee Cronin is the writer and director of The Mummy and Evil Dead Rise. You can tell Lee was having a great time with this take on The Mummy. This take felt like a combination of The Exorcist, The Evil Dead, and some Shelby Oaks vibes as well. This is when the combination of multiple inspirations hurts the movie. It wants to be so many things at once. It wants to be body horror, a gore fest, a mystery movie, a demon possession movie, and a movie about parents dealing with grief. It's pulling from all these angles that at times it loses itself in the mix. Its true consistency here is all the creepiness and gore displayed right on your face. Talking about gore, this is not for the faint of heart. There are some scenes that will make you cover your eyes and squint a bit. For example, the missing girl, her name is Katie. The family takes her back home, but Katie is completely malnourished and lacking hygiene. Her mom tries to cut off her long toenails and accidentally tears off a long string of skin that reaches up to her knee. And the slimy sound of the long piece of skin falling to the ground was really something else, and it made me lose my appetite right away. The father of Katie takes that skin and realizes there is some writing on it. He then notices the skin has layers and starts to peel off one layer at a time. That scene alone will give anyone major goosebumps, and that's just one example of a grotesque scene here. And to top that off, or if that wasn't even bad enough, there was a scene where Katie, keep in mind she's young, she's hurting herself non-stop. And this is where I felt slightly uncomfortable, mainly because Katie is still so young. And it's crazy seeing someone so young hurt themselves in such a nasty way. This is exactly what I mean by when I said earlier that the team behind this movie is not afraid to make you feel uneasy. Mainly because I did not expect that at all from this movie. And honestly, I did not see a trailer at all. I just went in because of the actual title, The Mummy. And I did not know that Lee Cronin was behind Evil Dead Rise. I was hooked right from the intro. It gives you a glimpse of how things are going to be so fatal here. And like I said earlier, I did not realize that Lee Cronin was the writer and director of Evil Dead Rise until after the fact. It all made perfect sense, but I do have to point this out from this director. He loves to use his wide angle camera shots to the point where I feel that it was overused so much. I'm saying that because in those wide angle scenes, the side of the scenes were kind of warping with each other, and that was so distracting, honestly. The main focus was sustained, and I feel that for the next movie that he makes, he should maybe cut those scenes in half. Lee Cronin is a master of using those shot angles where he uses two faces in one frame and everything else is blurred out. This adds to the creepy vibes to it all, mainly because I've not seen any other director use that trick aside from Evil Dead Rise, that is. But let me go more in depth as to what I meant earlier when I said that I got some vibes from The Exorcist, Evil Dead Rise, and Shelby Oaks. As mentioned earlier, this is not your typical Curse of Pharaoh kind of movie, or at least mummy movie. It takes a different approach. There are some scenes and plot points that take you back to the 1973 Exorcist movie. Mainly when Katie is possessed and she is now a crazy acrobat, because Katie warps her body like nothing. This exorcist take is then elevated to the Evil Dead Rise, mainly of course because it was written and directed by Cronin. But then there's a particular scene that made me think of Shelby Oaks, where someone falls out the window and then some animals begin eating their body. And if you've seen Shelby Oaks, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I have to point out, there are some more negatives that actually bugged me, aside from the plot trying to be so many things at once and the overusage of wide angle camera shots. And that was Katie's father's acting. The father's acting felt one-dimensional. He basically has one face throughout the entire movie, with his eyes wide open throughout the whole time. Everyone else did a great job in their roles though. Another negative is that this movie was way too long for what it was. Some scenes were too dragged out. If they could have cut down maybe about 10 minutes, the script would have been much more tighter. And then as the movie went on, I was thinking, what the hell? They made the mummy into some teenage girl, but that kind of made up for itself down the line. I wonder if this movie would do good in Mexico, mainly because there's a grandma here that is extremely religious and prays in Spanish. Because oh man, Katie gets her really good. And it's really sad this is not from Universal. It's a shame that we never got the Dark Universe, because I for one love me my classic monsters from Universal. But in conclusion, I love my gore with some crazy batshit moments, but it should be stitched together with a good cohesive plot. Regardless of the plot not being fully fleshed out, the rest is satisfying if you want to experience something creepy, something disturbing, something grotesque. This mummy take is definitely something different than the movie that we got back in 1999 with Brendan Fraser, and for sure better than the crap that we got with Tom Cruise, because what the hell was that? At times, different is bad, but in this case, it's actually worth the watch. This all leads me to my rating for this film, and for this one I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. This is a true cinematic experience and theater. Well, thank you for your time today, my cinematic family, and for sticking until the end. If you are a true cinephile, please hit the subscribe button. By the way guys, if you like this review, you'll definitely love to check out my Undertone review. That is another unique horror movie that exceeded my expectations despite being low budgeted. Definitely check it out. I am Chuy, and this is Chuy Cinematic Talk. Take care and I'll see you next time.